A lot of people ask me about what it's like to operate Lamtrac 6160 or 6000 series in general. So first of all, very simple. On the right hand side, you have your mulcher up, down, side to side tilt functions, of course. On number two is on the left hand side, you have your drive control, forward, reverse, and turning functions. To engage the mulcher to get into operation, the first thing is that the parking brake needs to be off. So parking brake off. Then we elevate the RPM a little bit, around 1400 RPMs in that area. Mulcher engage is 3 seconds on the mulcher head until you hear it engage. Of course, 3 seconds is for safety reasons. You don't actually hit the button. And then you fully engage the RPMs to 2200 RPMs. And ready to go to work and do some jobs. So first of all, you'll notice as I'm talking here and mulching and getting into this old pile of scrap, very comfortable in here in terms of sound. It's very quiet, sound insulated, very quiet and comfortable. I'm sitting in the pneumatic air seat, very comfortable for my back, ergonomic controls, where everything that just at the fingertips, and it's easy to operate this machine. Here we are in the heart of South Texas. Today is probably 80 degrees, 85 degrees, something in that nature, and no dust. We've been running this machine for a couple hours now. I don't have any dust on me. I'm wearing black. There's no dust because of the mechanical cab pressurization that we have designed in this cab. So it's cool to see the point of view of the tractor, because even though it's a very powerful machine for its size, it's not very difficult to operate when you get the gist of it. So it's basically about feeling the machine, allowing it to keep top RPM. And here I'll specify also that we are running carbide teeth that have been run for many hours, so they're not brand new. They're still fine, but we're not running cutter style knives. These are carbides, and we're not afraid to go into this ground or into this pile of brush where we're not quite sure what's in there. So that's something important to specify. If we had the knives or chipping knives, tools, as we sing, of course we get more productivity than finer mulch, but this type of work that we're doing right now would be a lot more hard on this kind of tool implement. Slow and easy. You want to let the armaturing RPMs and skim the top while of course biting into the material. And here, one of the tips we like to train people to operate is, since you're running a 150 horsepower hydraulically driven machine, so 155 horsepower to the engine, but a closed loop hydraulic system with 100 or close to 150 horsepower to the head, you don't need to chase the trees all around. Use the power that you have, be constant, go in and out in the debris, and you'll be much more effective. You can feel here that the engine, while it's not super big brush, is not bogging down. We have continuous power going to the head, and as long as I feather my controls into a place where it's keeping my RPMs up, this head will not bog down. It just keeps chewing on. You just can take your time and plow through it, and the material will disappear in front of your eyes, really. So here again, the advantage of the carbide teeth is I'm not too worried about into the ground or hitting rocks here. So it does. This is going to be future pasture. So the owner of the land wants a pretty clean cut, so cows can come in pasture in here later. So we need to go into the ground a little bit, or at least get as flush as we can, not leave stumps, not leave too big debris. In a matter of time here, it will regrow it properly, and we'll have a nice pasture field. So another question that I get here is about Lamtrac single boom, Lamtrac loader arm style on the single boom, and the lift capacity. So yeah, you can see all around me here that we have full peripheral visibility. We don't have booms on each side of us, especially when we go up, blocking visibility, which could be very dangerous, and of course hinders you from doing a perfect job and seeing the material around you. But the big part is because of this lift capacity. The lift capacity allows us to, put a bucket on here and lift hay bales if we want any of that nature. But if you look at this, allows me to attack vegetation at high point. So in heavy brush or in areas where I want to control this vegetation, it allows us to really go up on the material and go down in the material in a very easy way. By operating this way, it saves me from going and chasing material all over the ground, and it's inefficient, it's harder on the teeth in the long run, and I see a lot less of what I'm doing as an operator. So you can see here just in one pass, because I was able to lift the head a lot higher and attack the brush from this manner, I got half the pile basically done and able to go back on it. Then it's just a matter of doing what's called back dragging. Back drag happens when you tilt the head forward and keep the material longer in the chamber and allow us to use the counter cutters inside the drum to do its work. So we're able here to go through this mound. As I get through the upper side of the brush, up my head, go down on it, and slowly back drag in its much more efficient manner. If we didn't have the lift capacity, we'd be hitting the material at a lower point, chasing the treetops or the brush all over, not to mention it would probably fall on the cab and I wouldn't be able to see where I'm doing and possibly cause damage on the air filters and other components of the machine. So a lot of people don't realize, or you got to keep in mind, the lift capacity is very important in productivity, especially in a machine this size, where you're able to use this power efficiently in attacking vegetation from the top, bringing down on it, and from there dissipate the rest of the material that's left over on the ground.